shot. Come on, we need it.
Now Drew Yursic for three. Got it to go! Drew Yursic, huge three, 51-49, or 52.
And Drew Yursic
52-40.
Drew Yursic hasn't been perfect this game, but he's perfect when it matters. He showed up exactly when we needed it, and that was a great shot there from Yursic, especially from deep. Probably NBA range there.
And is there anything better in sports than a star player that plays better under pressure? I don't think there is. It's one of the most entertaining things to watch in a sports matchup.
And it seems the St. Ignatius is now in a double bonus, so they get 2 free throws no matter what. And I believe St. Ignatius students chant messed them up a bit. And St. Ignatius is getting loud now. The crowd is getting very rowdy.
The second basket is a make, a push on the inbounds pass from Cody Haddad, and that'll be Eagles ball.
He played that off purpose. He said he trash talked a little bit, helped him up. I can respect him a lot for that one.
And fans here on the Varsity stream, welcome as we are finishing up the JV game. Oh, and Nate Yursic's going to go in. He can't get that to go, and that's going to be a rebound by St. Ed's.
And I believe that will send Velocious to the line.
And now there is going to be a foul called. St. Edward down 53-49, 15.6 here to go. Those of you joining us to tune in for the varsity game, we are finishing up the JV game. And now, Brian Velocic with the ball, gets it to Drew.
We need a shot now.
Now Velocic, that's going to be tipped away. No foul called. No foul called. And now Thomas going to get the ball, putting it up. Got it to go.
And he broke the unwritten rule there, and he puts the game away. Oh, now they're trash talking. JT Kilsheimer throws the ball that Cody had at. Here's Gribbs all in JT Kilsheimer's face as JT walks off the court. Great matchup. And I respect both teams. Great hard-fought game there.
And it's not a surprise to get some drawing from between these teams, but it's especially not a surprise to hear from Cody Haddad. Guy's a star player in just about every sport he plays, and he has the mouth to back it up.
So fans, the final score here for the JV game, 55-49, going the way of St. Ignatius. And when we come back, we are going to bring you the post-game report for this game. So we'll be right back on the Eagles Sports Network.
The St. Ed's Alumni Association is once again proud to sponsor the live stream broadcasts of your St. Edward Eagles. The Alumni Association acts as a liaison between alumni and the school while fostering moral, spiritual, and financial support for the continued growth of St. Edward High School. Together, we are St. Ed's.
And welcome back to the Eagles Nest as we are here for the post-game report of the JV basketball game. I'm Chris Mendoza here, joined by Sean Garlock, and we are going to go over some scores before we hand you over to Adam Mendoza and Tom Lombardo for the varsity matchup. First, for the Eagles, Drew Yursic, 7 points. JT with 7. Nate Yursic with 13 points. Braylon Sullivan with 4. Brian Velocic with 2. Zamir Knox with 2. Marty McGlynn with 10. And Luke Vizlovsky with 4. As the lights are out here on the Eagles Nest, getting set for the teams to come out, and let's just cut to that real quick. welcome back to the Eagles Nest as we are finishing up the JV post-game report. Here, I'm Chris Mendoza, joined with Sean Garlock, and before we left you for the intro for the Varsity Eagles, we just went over St. Ed's final scoring total. Let's go over St. Ignatius. Riali finished the game with 2. Haddad finished it with 6. Thomas finishing the game leading all scorers on both teams with 17 points. Gibbs finalized with 13 points. Jones, 4 points. Manigan with 2. And Mertes with 6. Final score, once again, St. Ignatius 55, St. Edward 49. Sean, final thoughts on the day.
And this game could have been a lot closer and possibly an Ed's win if St. Ed's had taken advantage of their opportunities. A lot of offensive rebounds, not a lot of second chance points, so that's really what cost St. Ed's the win today.
Yeah, the Eagles not as aggressive, not being able to score as much as they normally have. Their season average was 66.2 points a game. They only finished scoring 49 points, so well under that season average.
And that's just a great testament to how important defense is in the basketball today.
Yeah, St. Ignatius also scored as much as their season average, as they were averaging 55.3 points a game. They finished scoring 55. Well, that will do it here on the JV part of the stream, as now we will hand it over to Adam Mendoza and Tom Lombardo. I'm Chris Mendoza, joined by Sean Garlock. We will see you in just a few minutes for the varsity action. Have a great night.
from the Eagles Nest on the campus of St. Edward High School in Lakewood, Ohio. It is the Battle of the West Side Titans, St. Ed's, St. Ignatius. Not much more that you have to say when you get these two teams from the west side of Greater Cleveland getting in action here on the hardwood floor. And welcome to the Eagles Sports Network. Hi again, everybody. I'm Adam Mendoza, and with me up here tonight as special guest, actually not special, this is your second or third game, is Coach Tom Lombardo. And Coach, the atmosphere is electric tonight.
Yes, it is, as all St. Ed, St. Ignatius games are. And darn, Adam, I thought I would be a little. I'm still not a special guest, you know.
Well, you're part of the team now. That's the thing. So
you
are special. You are special. But now you're just a part of the broadcast team.
I'll tell you, I'm excited to be here tonight too and watch it. It's going to be a great game, and two really evenly matched teams, and teams that both wanted an early season great matchup.
Well, the Eagles coming in at 6-0. Meanwhile, St. Ignatius at 6-4. But, Coach, don't let that 6-4 record fool you. This is a very good St. Ignatius team.
No question. I mean, they have a couple losses to some out-of-state teams. They beat some out-of-state teams. They've been playing a tough schedule. Lost to a couple locals early, which they did last year too. And I think I've always thought when I was a head basketball coach, you start really defining your team after New Year's. After the Christmas break, you start getting into a flow. They're back in school, and I think this is a vision of what we're gonna see and what these teams are gonna evolve into right here.
Well, I had an opportunity to talk with Coach Flannery, and we'll get his thoughts about tonight's game. And welcome to Pregame. It is a little bit quieter, Coach. We know how this place at St. Edward can be for a St. Edward St. Ignatius game, and we're nice and tucked away and having a quiet time, a quiet moment of just talking basketball today, huh?
It's kind of nice. I just walked through the gym prior to the JV game, and it's already filling up, and it's already getting crazy. It's an electric atmosphere already, but it's nice because we haven't experienced that in a while, right? And this year especially. But as I told the guys in our pregame today, like just take it all in. The seniors, this is your last time you're playing Ignatius at home. You don't get too many opportunities to play in front of crowds like this, and for as many years as I've done this and as many times as I've done this, I still get excited. It's definitely a great rivalry, and we're just excited to see how it goes. I'm really probably more anxious than anything just to see how our team is. This is a good litmus test for us. We finally, we're playing a team that can probably match us with our depth, a team that has some size in a lot of different positions. They're going to do some things different defensively. So as I told the guys, I'm just curious to see who we are this year. And this is probably a really good test for us to kind of see where we're at. And I think we just finished our 45th practice and played 6 games. So we're well prepared when it comes to practice, but we definitely need more game experience. And I think tonight will go a long way for us.
As you look at this game and you talk to the seniors and looking at the St. Ignatius team, their record is a bit deceiving at 6-4. They started off with a couple of wins, had some losses to some very good teams, but this is a very good squad. You talked about their length. They have that not only in their starting 5, but in their 5 coming off the bench. How do you try to counteract that length?
Well, first of all, to your point about their record, you're 100% right. I mean, it's we have experienced that in the past as well, where we've taken some losses during the season, and we know we have a pretty good team, and schedule has a lot to do with that. And they were fortunate enough to be able to go out of town on their trip, and unfortunately we were not. So that concerns me just a little bit from, they've had some more big game experience against some quality teams. But, how you combat their length is, simple from a coaching standpoint, where you have to be really good at moving the basketball and making them move. If we become stationary on offense, if we're standing around not taking care of the basketball, it could be a long night for us. So we've really stressed that in practice, making sure not only we got good ball movement, but good body movement, making them come out and defend us, making them, try to spread them out as much as we can. But when they go into they have a 1-3-1 zone and a 1-2-2 trap, when they do those types of things, we just have to make sure we take care of the basketball and get quality shots every time down the floor. It's easier said than done, as I told them, through my experience coaching these games. you may not hear me throughout the game, right? They have to be able to react on their own and make some adjustments on their own and on the fly. So that's what I'm, again, kind of curious just to see how we do.
When you look at the St. Ignatius team and St. Ed's, you look at the depth of St. Ed's, how big of a key will the depth of this team be?
Well, I think throughout the year it's going to be huge. I think this is, the season doesn't end tonight, win or lose, right? So this is something that we're going to try and use tonight. But as I said earlier, this is the one team that could probably match us, with their depth. They're going to play 10, 11 guys as well. So I don't think we can necessarily rely on wearing them down, but we can definitely kind of mix and match and kind of see how matchups are going. And if somebody's playing well, we get an opportunity for them to play a little bit longer. So you just have to look for all of those little keys, not only throughout the course of the game, but, hey, when we play them next time, maybe something that worked tonight, we can try again the next time we play them.
How big of a key is, really forcing the turnovers in this game tonight?
Well, I think it's big for both teams. I think that they are very good at scoring off of other people's turnovers with their traps and what they do. But obviously, we want to do the same. We've got to create some mismatches at times, whether it's our guards on their bigs, trying to speed them up, trying to get our hands and deflecting some, whether it's passes or just ball handling. So turnovers is a big key. I think the biggest key for us to win tonight, though, is going to be rebounding. I mean, we have to, because of their size, because of their size at multiple positions. We really have to rebound the ball. If we get destroyed on the glass tonight, it's going to be a long night. But I think you hit the nail on the head, really. The two things, you got to take care of the ball. If we can turn them over, it's going to be a huge advantage for us. But if they're getting second or third shots, we're in trouble.
How big of an effect, or whatever you want to call it, will the atmosphere and the crowd be? It's one of those few games that we have everybody and their brother trying to get a ticket, and sister. You're going to have the student section right behind the one basket on the stage. I mean, this is going to be an atmosphere that is one of the greatest things in this rivalry and in Northeast Ohio basketball.
I mean, it really is. I mean, you like I said, if I coached in this game 60 times, whatever, I still get excited. I'm still fired up because of the atmosphere, because of the crowd, because of all the people that I know, in the St. Ed's community that want us to win, and all the people in St. Ignatius community that don't want, and there's friends going both ways. So there's a lot of bragging rights always. There's always that type of, that type of feeling. The amount of people that requested tickets, I obviously joke, where you been all year? It almost feels like St. Ed's basketball season is starting tonight, because I think the interest is now there, and it kind of gets everybody going for the remainder of the season. So there's always a lot on the line, and if you ask me how are we going to handle it, your guess is as good as mine. You got 16, 17, 18-year-old kids on the floor. Some of them handle it really, really well. Some of them don't. So we got to kind of feel that out, and I have to do, my job is to make sure that they stay calm, stay in the moment, and just understand that it's just a game. We got to go out. We practice it very, so much and so often that just do what you do. And if they can stay in that moment, we'd be okay.
This is an atmosphere that you really can't duplicate in practice. You know how some NFL teams, they'll blast the speakers and stuff. You just can't do that.
No, you can't duplicate guys, yelling and screaming at you and calling you names and the chants going back of, let's play football or let's play golf or whatever, but that's all fun, and that's what it's all about. I mean, I think most of the kids that go to St. Ignatius or St. Ed's, they go to those schools not only for the great schools that they are, but to be able to participate in an atmosphere like tonight. And one of the reasons I always say, why I coach high school basketball is for games like tonight, that we can take in this type of atmosphere that you cannot duplicate. And we're just excited to be a part of it once again.
And this is a big stretch of games coming up for you guys.
It really is. I mean, obviously starting tonight, you go into kind of the Lutheran East, and team coming up from Detroit that's very good. We've got St. Vincent St. Mary's on the road. You got Ignatius again. We're going to see Brecksville, Rich. So our schedule is kind of back heavy a little bit with some talented teams. That's why I'm really curious as to how we respond tonight and see what we really have.
Coach, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup.
All right. Once again, we got senior Lucas Perusik at the 1. Senior Brevin Coleman at the 2, senior Danny Lavelle at the 3, senior Cam Grant at the 4, and junior Wendell Henry at the 5.
Coach, it was a pleasure in a quieter atmosphere to have this conversation with you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you, Adam.
The Son and of the Holy Spirit. And ladies and gentlemen, the honor of Number 2, Connor Jackson. Number 6'2", junior, number 21, Ace Buckner. Forward, 6'8", junior, number 15, Reese Robinson. Forward, 6'9", sophomore, number 22, Damon Pryor. And forward, 6'5", senior, number 34, Glenn Chappelle.
Coach, you can't get more of an electric atmosphere than what we just had in the past 5 minutes, and we're almost set for tip-off.
You got to love it. You got to love it. You just love competition. The kids love competition. It doesn't get any better in Northeast Ohio. I'm excited. Let's go Eagles.
All right, so the starting lineups out on the floor. It'll be Perusic, Cam Grant, Wendell Henry, Danny Lavelle, and Brevin Coleman. It'll be Jackson, Robinson, Buckner, Friery, and Sapaniak for the Wildcats. The Wildcats in their road blue and gold, the Eagles in white, and the ball's tapped up and picked up by the Eagles.
All right, we're going to see body movement here. Flan wants to see us move. We're going to start with flex. Watch it. Little back screen on the baseline. Down screen for Wendell. Back screen.
Henry with a basketball inside the paint. Little flip up, no good. Cam Grant fighting for the basketball. Comes out of it with it. Turns around, left wing, cross-court pass. Coleman off, and he'll get it back. Coleman driving the lane against the tall Timbers. It got knocked out of bounds. It'll be St. Ed's basketball.
Yeah, I like the attack, though. You know, Coach Flan made a point. Let's attack size. Let's get into the teeth of them and let's go at them. So that was a good start.
So the Eagles will get it as they have the trigger of the inbound out to Wendell Henry, way out on top. Underway, 30 seconds into the ball game. Coleman fakes the three, back up to Perusic. Henry in the lane, going strong. Dipsy-do when he gets two.
That's what we want to see. Full court man.
And there's a steal by Perusic off to Lavelle. In the paint, turnaround jumper. No, get the tap up is Brevin Coleman. His first two, and the Eagles jump out to a 4-0 lead. Very important of this press, Coach.
Yep.
Now they break it down as Jackson with it on the left wing.
We want to speed up the game, get them in a flow. Ignatius will get a little stagnant on offense sometimes in the half court, so that's our goal here. Let's see how their movement looks here.
We've played 1 minute of basketball. The Eagles are up 4-0 after they got their first 2 points and then a turnover. Perusic guarding Jackson. Jackson in the corner. There's a three. That is hit by Damon Friery. He's a big kid that can hit the three.
Yes, he is.
Lead is cut down to 4-3.
Only a sophomore, too.
6:30 to go. Coleman up. Good.
So far, I like it. I like our ball movement. I like our intensity. Our pressure on defense is good. Good start for the Eagles.
Brevin Coleman with 5. Now on the drive. Coleman getting it to Jackson. Jackson got it stripped, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Carter Jackson.
Good job by Danny Lavelle, setting up high there, keeping his feet planted and drawing the charge.
Adam Mendoza along with Coach Tom Lombardo high atop here, the Eagles nest.
Yeah, this is very important. Now, Ignatius will change some traps up from a 1-2-2 to a 1-3-1. They're pretty long. This was a concern here, how we handle this. Let's watch the first possession here.
Brevin Coleman with it on the left wing. Nice pass off to Lavelle. Rims in and out, ball loose, and the Eagles will get it.
Good attack. Good action against it there.
And they did handle that press very well, getting that pass going. They've got to be very careful with the basketball.
No question.
Perusic triggering it. Lavelle in the paint, battling, putting the elbow in, and he gets it to fall. Danny Lavelle with 2, averages 9 a game. Eagles up. There's a big drive by number 21, Ace Buckner.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Flam won't be happy on that. You can't let a ball go 90 feet and finish at the basket.
Brevin Coleman from 3. He's got 8 in the first quarter.
2 big threes.
Eagles averaging 30%. They're 30%. We're going to have a timeout. Timeout on the floor. 5:24 to go in the opening quarter. St. Ed's up with a 12-5 lead. Brevin Coleman hitting a couple of big threes.
I think that starts an excellent start for what Flam wanted. We're attacking the basket. We've handled the pressure. We're playing aggressive. And we hit some shots on the outside. We've handled their size and rebounding as well. That's going to be a key throughout the game. So I don't think you can ask for a better start right now.
You look at Brevin Coleman, 3 of 6 games this year. He's been in double figures, had 16 points against Medina, and he had 12 points against Mars, 2 of 3 from 3-point range.
Great start for him. You know, confidence is such a big thing in athletics. You know, what gets a kid confidence except success? The ball going in the basket in basketball. You know what I'm saying? The more they can keep doing that, the more success, the more confidence they start feeling.
Brevin Coleman leading all scorers with 8 points. Ace Buckner with 2, Friary with 3. And this is a St. Ignatius team that can hit it from the outside.
Yeah. They're good 3-point shooters.
There's a
There's
steal.
a turnover. Wow, off the timeout.
And Coleman comes in and he picks up his 10th point in the first quarter, 14-5. Eagles jumping out to a big lead, and the pressure coach is a big factor in this first quarter.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting the ball in. Now we got to step in, cut off the drive.
Ball loose, goes out of bounds. It'll be St. Ed's basketball.
That's big there.
5:04 remaining in the opening quarter. The Eagles out 14-5. And Coach Drew Joyce getting a warning saying, hey, you need to stay on the sideline, as he's really drawing with the official that was on the far side. He is not happy.
Yeah, I think he wanted a foul down there on the rebound.
If he keeps that up, he could easily get teed up. 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
1-2-2 press. They'll try and trap it the first pass past half court right there.
Perusic with a basketball, driving the lane behind the back. 14-footer off the back of the iron. Henry got the rebound, put back, got fouled.
You know, we're the more aggressive team on the board right now, and that was one of their strengths coming in that we were really worried about.
Foul will be on Reese Robinson, the 6'8 junior. Wendell Henry trying to get that put back in, and Coach Drew Joyce not happy on that sideline. Getting ready to check in for St. Ignatius will be number 5, Matt Ellis. Wendell Henry at the free throw line, connects. Henry with 3. Henry, a 63% free throw shooter. The Eagles as a team at the line, 68%. Can't get the second one to fall. Here come the Wildcats.
Ball back in the man-to-man. Let's contain the ball. Ball pressure.
Buckner trying to go underneath. Cam Grant with the rebound. He'll run the floor on that left side over the timeline. And good hands there by Sapaniak, but it'll be picked up by the Eagles once again, or that's Matt Ellis. Perusic at the free throw line. Nice behind the back pass. Goes over. Henry fakes it from 3, steps inside. 18-footer, hits it.
We're feeling it right now, Adam. We're feeling it.
17-5, 12-point lead for the Eagles. Henry with 5 in the first quarter. Eagles really putting the pressure, and the foul will go on Danny Lavelle, his first.
We're up in their grill, real aggressive, you know, towing the line there with our body and playing defense, but getting whatever, it's only a foul if the refs call it one. So we're up in their face, doing a pretty good job, moving our feet, and real active.
4:02. There's a steal. Cam Grant. Yes, he slams that home. 19-5. 14-point lead for the Eagles. And the basket is hit by Damon Fryery. He has 5. Big run stopped by St. Ignatius as Coleman got his pocket pick. Ellis driving the lane. And one will be the option as Ellis gets the basket. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
Off that little basket there, maybe I would have liked to seen a little bit more, make a few passes, make the defense rotate a little bit, swing inside, top side, and see what you can get as opposed to the quick, look and penetrate turnover there. But, we're excited. We're excited. Kids get excited.
Eagles had a nice 10-0 run when they expanded it to 19-5. Checking into the ball game will be Jack Sapolnik for the Wildcats. At the free throw line will be Matt Ellis, 70% free throw shooter, 7 of 10 coming into this game, and he missed. Now the Eagles getting the rebound up by 10, 3.5 to go. Lavelle in the lane, stops. Coleman, baseline move. Nice dish to Hargett. Hargett back out to Scarpetti as he's into the ball game. Lavelle patient, driving, off to Scarpetti. Scarpetti looks, drives in, got cut off, and it's a steal by the Wildcats.
Yeah, he got caught 2 bounces there and picked up the dribble. It's always tough to be when you're caught on the sideline there and do that.
Cam Grant tried to get it but was not able to handle the basketball. It'll be St. Ignatius basketball with 3:02 to go. On the inbound just in front of the VIP section at center court.
No doubt.
Buckner with the basketball.
You got some statesmen there on the court, some court seats.
There's a block shot by Cam Grant coming from behind on the Buckner drive.
We're the more aggressive team right now, attacking the basket and defending at the basket.
Brevin Coleman checks out with 10 points in the game. Brian Sullivan now checks in. Wildcats with a basketball. Sapaniak back off to Buckner up top in between the circle. Long 22-footer. In, out, back in.
He's a good shooter.
He has 5.
1-2-2. This possession's important.
Lavelle with the basketball off to Scarpetti, driving the lane. Sullivan thought about the 3. He'll work it along the wing. Patience on this drive. Grant in between the circles with the left-hand dribble off to Hargett. On the wing. Hargett trying to drive in. Grant saves it. Sullivan getting it at the point. And he got called with the travel.
See, that's what Flan doesn't want, where it just becomes a guy, 5 guys standing around and 1 guy dribbling with the ball trying to break their guy down. There's got to be body movement. There's got to be ball and body movement, and I don't think that possession, we did that very well, as we have been.
2:10 remaining in the opening quarter. The Eagles up now by 7. Their lead was as big as 12, but Sullivan getting the lead and getting the steal and putting in the basket. He averages 6.3 points a game. Eagles lead at 21-12. Buckner.
I always like those little steal ones. Come on, stop it. Shooter.
Sapaniak, yes. He's 36% from three-point range. He has 3, 21-15.
Come on, get some movement.
Grant in the paint, spins, floats it, too hard. And he'll get called with the over-the-back call.
Again, Adam, I think one of those possessions, we're stagnant in body movement. We don't have guys moving and cutting, screening, I think, the way Flan would like. We get in those lulls. You start getting in one-on-one games and you're going 1 against 5, and they got some size, tough to finish.
Eagles will make some substitutions. It'll be Perusic, Max McClellan back into the game. And Wendell Henry back into the game. Buckner and a blocking call will be on Brian Sullivan, his first of the game. The 4th team foul for St. Edward. Max McClellan at 6'7", the junior, trying to court it. Buckner driving the lane, got to stop him. He lost the handle of the basketball on the floor. And jump ball situation, St. Ignatius possession. Very aggressive. These kids are going to leave it all out on the floor tonight. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah, there is no doubt. And, I'll tell you, Buckner's doing a nice job of penetrating our defense. He's slithery there. He's a veteran player, and he's been starting for a while now. I think since his freshman year.
He has 5 points in the game.
He's really controlling the show here.
On the outside, left-handed shot is missed by Springer. Cam Grant with the rebound off to Perusic. Up the middle, Sullivan right side. McClellan out to Henry.
He can make that.
Long three, bingo! Wendell Henry with 8. Big points for the Eagles as the lead was cut down to 6.
Box press for us right now.
That thrown up, no good. Ugly shot being made by Ellis, but here come the Eagles. Henry with a basketball. Nice pass, but it got intercepted by Buckner. 3-on-2. Buckner up the lane. Can't get it to fall, and the foul will be on Wendell Henry again.
Pretty good attack by Buckner. Finish with the left. Little ticky-tack there, but you got him maybe with a little bit of hip.
Wendell Henry picking up his first foul. Brevin Coleman getting ready to check in for St. Edward. At the free throw line will be Ace Buckner. 5 points for him. 80% free throw shooter. Eagles up 24-15. Hits it. Buckner with 6. St. Ignatius as a team, 74% from the charity stripe. Eagles come into this game after beating Mars out of the Pittsburgh area, 84-67. Great nickname for that team, the Fightin' Planets.
Yeah, that's apropos.
30 seconds remaining. Buckner back for his second free throw. Averages 12 a game. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Henry, off to Coleman.
All right, let's get one shot here to end the quarter.
He walked.
No reason for that.
Little shuffle of the feet, and he gets called for the travel. 20 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Eagles up 24-16. Now it'll be Sapolnik.
4 corners here. Ball screen up top for Buckner. Roll.
Off to Sapolnik.
Something's got to happen.
Throwing it up with no time left,
defense.
and that's going to be it for the end of the first quarter. St. Ed's leading it 24-16 over St. Ignatius after the first quarter. Perusic with 3 assists in the ball game after 1 quarter of play. We will take this timeout on the Eagles Sports Network.
At Joyce Buick GMC, we're receiving truckloads of new vehicles.
Check out our great selection of new and certified used cars and trucks.
For over 50 years, people have come from near and far
for the best sales and service experience.
See us today for the lowest prices and great selection in stock.
And that's why people say,
drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors, Dale.
Joyce Buick GMC, Chester Road, Avon.
Welcome back to St. Edward High School as we get ready for the second quarter of play.
Adam, I really think the key, or our great start, clearly, it's the obvious, but we came with a lot of energy. We were ready to play. We were excited to play. That now, dissipates. We have the 8-point lead. Now let's see how we continue in the second quarter as teams start settling in. If we can maintain that kind of energy and intensity, keeping solid on the boards. can't get in lulls offensively where we were standing around dribbling the ball and trying to go one-on-one with everybody. I think we need some movement, helping each other get open and being able to penetrate the defense and drop it off.
Eagles will get the basketball. Brevin Coleman with 10 first quarter points.
Going to be a set here at their half-court trap now. 1-3-1, and they're long. See how we handle it.
Henry, backdoor pass looking for McClellan. Couldn't handle the basketball. Picked up by Sapaniak. Here comes Sapolnik. Now stolen. Perusik up the middle on a 3-on-2. Off to
pass.
Coleman. Little loft off the window and in. Coleman with 12. 26-15. St. Ed's with the lead. First 30 seconds of the second quarter. Nice pass underneath. They'll kick it out over to Friary. His three doesn't go. Long rebound picked up underneath on the missed shot by Carter
ball.
Jackson, and it'll be St. Edward basketball. Eagles will be playing their next 3 games at home against St. Ignatius, Lutheran East, and Bloomfield out of Michigan. Eagles will get it. They'll have to go full
Full-court man here. So Ignatius changing up their look again. See if they jump it.
Perusik walking it up the floor now, getting a little giddy up in his step.
There we go. There's a cut. There we go. See, if we get some movement off the ball, that's a nice set there. UCLA cut off the high post, and that creates just a little bit, something simple.
Perusik picking up his first 2 points, 28-16. Now a double team, but underneath is Friary putting it up, and he gets it off the window and in.
Good vision on the diagonal pass there. Good finish.
He has 7. 28-18 our score.
Same look.
Lavelle off to Coleman. Coleman with 12 in the game.
Little shuffle cut off the high post. I like the action.
Too hard, and now here come the Wildcats trying to push the ball, and we'll have a foul on St. Ed's, and the foul is on Wendell Henry. One of the things that, when you look at the scouting report, you don't want to let St. Ignatius run up and down the floor.
That's correct. You want to get them stagnant in a half-court set, and we did that early. When we jumped out, was it 19-5 or whatever the jump-out lead was? They weren't in any offensive sets at all, and they want to create some offense off their pressure, which we've done a good job of handling the traps.
Friary, the 6'9 sophomore, 81% free throw shooter, picks up his 8th point of the game. Wendell Henry checks out of the ball game. Coming in is Ricky Bussey. Second free throw is good. He's got 9. 28-20. Perusik off to Bussey, back to Perusik. Driving in, scoop shot. Oh my goodness! What a shot as that hung on the rim and fell in.
You had a little juice on that ball.
A little? I would go for that if I'm chipping on the green and I got that kind of spin to go
absolutely.
into as my brother-in-law would say, that ball had JU ice.
Yeah.
30-20 our score. I mean, that had a lot of spin.
Yeah, that I thought that was going to not even get to the rim, and it ended up spinning up the rim almost and rolling in.
So now after a St. Edward foul, it'll be Brendan Sapaniak at the line, 86% free throw shooter. He has 3, and it rolls out. 6 minutes to go as Cam Grant brings it up against pressure. Almost lost it. Almost into the hands of Coach Drew Joyce. I should say Cam Joyce. I'm calling him his dad's name. And
what do they got here?
Foul on 15. Reese Robinson, that's a second.
Pushing into the screener, I think. It might be our ball off this. Made basket and our ball.
I was calling Cam Drew, and that's Drew is his dad over at Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. 33-20.
I didn't even catch that, Adam.
Something must have hit me. I got smacked in the back of the head by some ghost. All right, 5:40 to go. Perusik through traffic. Back out to Lavelle. Eagles trying to play up against this man-to-man defense.
You don't want those one-handed passes, though. Be strong with the ball.
Second turnover for the Eagles on a walk. 5:31 to go in the opening half. Eagles up 33-20.
We've done a nice job of eliminating any momentum, little momentum. The door cracks open, we've shut it, each time. Not letting Ignatius make a run.
Sapaniak in the paint, got it blocked, and they're going to call a foul. And the foul is on Cam Grant. Cam Grant picks up his second foul.
Something to watch now. We have 8. They have 3 team fouls.
I'm sorry, they're going to give that to Kizi and Shungo. Sapaniak at the line. He missed his last free throw, but he hits this one. I talked to Kizi. I said, hey, am I pronouncing your name? He goes, yes, you are, sir. You are doing a great job.
I don't even know it. I just call him Keezy.
And I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I told him, I don't want your parents to get mad at me or any family members. Second free throw by Sapaniak is good. 33-22, an 11-point lead.
1-2-2.
Nice.
That's where you want it, right in the teeth of that defense.
And Lavelle comes up with the basket. He's got 4.
Great job against that pressure. We were really worried about it, and we're handling it pretty easy right now, creating turnovers ourselves.
And 2 turnovers back and forth. Buckner
little
underneath.
Too greedy. Nice pass.
Oh, there was a block there by Bussey. And the ball goes out of bounds off a St. Edward player. And it'll be Wildcat basketball.
That was quite a 30-second span of basketball there. Some good plays by both teams.
35-22, St. Ed's with the lead. 4:58 to go. Marshall with the basketball. Off to Buckner, spins, shoots, misses. Cam Grant coming up with the board.
Slow down. You don't always have to be fast. There we go. Let it happen. Swing it. There we go. Move.
Perusic with it, calling the play. He'll back it off into the forecourt. Looks for the high screen from Grant. Back to Lavelle.
We're in our ball screen offense over here. Nice.
Shungo coming in.
A little bit of movement takes away the help side, and there you go. It's just.
Ukizi and Shungo with the basket and a foul. He'll go to a 3-point play with 4:26 to go, and the Eagles lead at 37-22. As the foul is on Carter Jackson, his second. You're right. Movement really opens things up for the Eagles.
Once you swing and reverse the basketball, it allows the defense to get off vision, off the help side, and creates the driving lanes. You try and do it too quick, the defense is set, it's not there.
And Shungo missing the free throw, but it'll be picked up by the Wildcats. Friary with 9 points to inbound the ball off to Buckner. Back to Friary. The young sophomore lays it off to Carter Jackson. Buckner, Perusic all over him. He'll stop, 1-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Lucas Perusic. On the right side in Shungo. Right wing, 3, no. Gets his own rebound underneath to Lavelle. He'll put it up, he got hammered on the way to the basket.
Hey, the old 5th grade playground rule, follow your shot.
Really, and you just wish kids would do that more. I mean,
it's a lost art, kind of.
Yeah. So the foul is on Friary. That is his first. At the line is Danny Lavelle, a 33% free throw shooter. That was not pretty. He has 4 points in the game, averages 9.7. Coming out for Ignatius is Damon Friary. He'll check out. Sapolnik checks in. Lavelle, free throw line to our right. What an atmosphere here at St. Edward High School. 1,500 of our closest friends in attendance. And as Coach Flannery said in his pregame interview, people asking for tickets, he's like, hey, where were you for the previous home games? Second free throw is up and good by Lavelle. He has 5.
Diamond press here. We got it.
Oh, there's a steal.
Beautiful.
And Lavelle gets it and puts it in.
Boy, that's really poor basketball by, oh, look at this, 2 in a row.
Lavelle getting it underneath, back to Inchungo. Wow.
Change up the press to the diamond press. 2 quick turnovers, 2 layups.
The Eagles have expanded it to 20 points. The pressure on the Wildcats, forcing turnovers. And as some people like to say, you want to get those points off turnovers.
It's almost like, I mean, St. Ignatius hasn't shown up yet. You know, it's from the first possession of the game where our intensity level, if, you know, we're at a 9 or 10, they're at a 6. You know, it just seems like to me they're lackadaisical with the ball. They're not finishing shots inside. You know, kudos to our group, our coaches. We're ready to play.
The pressure of the Eagles really causing problems. We're seeing the depth of St. Ed's. I think Coach Flannery has run 10 guys at least, at a minimum, 10 or 11 guys in this game.
Yeah, and I was talking to Coach before the game, and he was saying they can match our depth, and they can. Our depth is playing harder than their depth. I mean, our 1 through 10 is just playing harder than their 1 through 10. It's just that simple right now.
3:41 remaining in the opening half, and the Eagles have jumped out to a 20-point lead. But this 3.5 minutes, very important for St. Ed's. They cannot go lax. They have to really keep their foot on that gas pedal.
No question, because if Ignatius would make a run here and cut it to under 10, they would have a lot of momentum going into halftime. We might get another turnover here.
In the backcourt as Lamoran had it, but throws it up front. There's another, almost a turnover underneath, but the basket is going to be hit by Carter Jackson, his first 2.
They created, but it wasn't clean. Full court man. There's the double.
There's a turnover. And they're going to call the block on Scarpetti. This is where the Eagles...
I think he's got to be a little stronger with the ball here.
This is where the Eagles don't want to get and give St. Ignatius that run.
Correct.
At the free throw line will be Jack Sapolnik. He'll be at the free throw line. Sapolnik is a 57% free throw shooter, looking for his first points of the game. 3:19 remaining, second quarter. Rims out.
They've missed, I don't know what they are from the line, but they got to be under 50%.
Oh, yeah. They've only made maybe 2 out of 5, maybe 2 out of 6 at the line of scrimmage. At the free throw line.
I love it. We're thinking football already. Missed both.
All right, here come the Eagles after Cam Grant getting the rebound. Perusic driving the lane. And a foul underneath. It'll be on, I believe, Brendan Sapaniak. Yes. So Sapaniak with his first foul of the game. See, you bring out the football in me, Coach.
I love it. Absolutely.
And you know what? I love having you up here in the booth with us.
Let's get a good something out of bounds here. Let's see. Cornered shot for Cam off a double screen.
Cam Grant up top, bounces off.
Nowhere to go. Let's go. Swing it again.
In Shungo. Bussy now. Patience. Grant trying to get by Sapaniak off to Nshungo, back to Perusic. They'll reset and call the play with 2:44.
1-4 high here. Let's see. Some type of back cut maybe.
Grant getting it to Lavelle. He'll throw up a 3. Too hard off the iron. Ball tapped up, loose. Picked up by Perusic on the sideline. In the lane, Patience, Lavelle again. Yes! Danny Lavelle with 10. He has 8 in the second quarter. 45-24. Ellison to the corner.
Tough shot.
Couldn't get that one to fall for Carter Jackson. Eagle rebound.
That was a tough angle there.
Cam Grant getting ready to bring
Nothing
the
wrong
ball
with
over.
using some time here, I'll tell you, Adam. I just think with a 21-point lead, don't press anything, you know. See, like, unforced.
And there's an unforced error, yeah. Grady Lenz Piper checking in for Danny Lavelle. Danny Lavelle with 10 points in the game, 8 in the second quarter. So we've had different players come up big. We had Brevin Coleman in the first quarter come up with 10 points.
Yeah.
Now Lavelle with 8 in the second. Sullivan in, checking Buckner. Boy, he is so fast. Driving to the lane. Cam Grant with the rebound.
Nothing's falling for him.
Cam Grant averages 8 rebounds a game.
Now, where are you going?
Pfeiffer On the outside, getting it off to Sullivan.
Nice cut.
Perusic off to Grant. 3 ball. Yes!
Wow. That was good basketball there.
Eagles up by 24, 48-24. Pressure by the Eagles. Sapaniak underneath to Sapolnik, or make that Lamarand, and that one goes in. Coach, we got 1:06 remaining here. Do you think this would be a 24-point lead at this point in this game?
No, not at all. Like I said, it just seems like we've played at a much higher level than Ignatius did from the opening tip.
I'm looking at that St. Ignatius bench, and they are just
shocked and defeated almost.
Lamarand comes up with his first free throw. He's 8. Now, actually, Lamarand is 9 of 9 at the free throw line after that one.
On the year?
On the year, 9 of 9. Cam Grant checking out. Hargett checking in. So Lamarand, 9 of 9 at the free throw line. He missed it.
Always happens. You jinxed him.
He's 9 of 10 at the free throw line. All right, 48-25, but the Wildcats getting the basketball again. Sapaniak backing his way in, underneath on a layup. Nice move. 7 for him. Perusic driving. Oh, what a scoop shot by Lucas!
Very nice. Boy, he can finish.
6 points for him, 50-27. Pressure by the Eagles. Cross court, Sapaniak 3. No. Loose. Picked up by Buckner. 8-footer underneath.
Nice pass.
Good pass to Lamarand.
All right, we don't need to take the last shot here. Slow it down.
And
All
Shungo.
right, unless you have the layup.
And
That's fine.
Shungo had the layup, Coach.
Boy, Ignatius just not playing defense. They're not stopping the ball. They're not, I mean.
And Shungo with 6.
Yeah,
52-29.
He's been solid in there.
Hard shot. Tapped up, and Shungo with a rebound.
We might get another one here. We're going to.
And Lucas Perusic with authority for his 8th point. 54-29. St. Ed's goes into the locker room with the big lead. Wow. All I can say is, wow.
That's all I can say. What an awesome performance. I mean, Ignatius is not making shots. They're not defending. They're not rebounding. They're not coming up with loose balls. We're doing all those things, and that's why we have a 25-point lead.
The Eagles outscored St. Ignatius in that quarter 30-13.
That's wow.
I mean, there's not much more that you can say than wow.
You know, you give up 30 points a quarter. Let's face it, St. Ignatius isn't that bad. They're just not ready to play. You know, I mean, you can't say it any other way.
I would love to be a fly in that St. Ignatius locker room here at the half, because I'm sure Coach Cam Joyce is going to really let his team have it. And probably saying what you said. And knowing you as a coach, and I've seen you get fired up. And, you know, if you were in that situation.
Do I have an Italian temper at times?
I would never, ever say that, Coach. But now, if you were in that situation, what would you tell your guys?
You know, honestly, and we've been in it. Sometimes you can't. They're already downbeaten, so you got to do anything you can to pick them back up. You hope you can come out in the third quarter and get a little bit of something going to build a little bit of confidence. But, you know, you just tell them how they're feeling. They know it. It's just I'd be mad at myself more for how I had them prepared coming into the game. I don't know what they expected. I mean, it was from the get-go. Loose balls, finishing around the hoop. Nothing was happening right off the cuff. I mean, we went up, whatever it was.
We had a 19-5 lead that, you know, a 10-0 run at that point before St. Ignatius was able to score. The Wildcats were able to cut it to within 21-15.
Yeah, and I thought those couple possessions right there were key. You know, they missed a couple free throws at that point, had a poor possession. We came down and hit a 3, I thought, and that made it back to 9. And, you know, from then on, it's just, you know, it's just been way too easy. We're getting layups at the basket, wide open threes. dunks and finishes, uncontested.
Well, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have more St. Ed's 54, St. Ignatius 29 on the Eagles Sports Network.
At Joyce Buick GMC, we're receiving truckloads of new vehicles.
Check out our great selection of new and certified used cars and trucks.
For over 50 years, people have come from near and far for the best sales and service experience.
See us today for the lowest prices and great selection in stock.
And that's why people say,
Drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors, Dale.
Joyce Buick GMC, Chester Road, Avon.
Being in St. Ed's, it's taught me how to become a leader and how to talk when I feel like I need to talk and say the things that I need to say.
Like, when you call for leadership, like, I know I have these talents, but I'm just gonna like kind of sit back and just let everything happen. Like, now I'm gonna step up and make it happen.
And I think Ed's does one of the best jobs around of allowing a person to make their own path here. If you want to be an individual that has an impact in this community, you have all the resources to do so. Wow, like this place wants me to be something great.
For every just one more mile to your next ace on the court. When you have a sports-related injury, Cleveland Clinic is here for them all. For our Cavaliers, our Guardians, and athletes at all levels. Our team helps keep you in the game. As the best orthopedic care in Ohio, we offer expert diagnosis, personalized sports therapies, and game-changing surgeries. For every injury, for every athlete, for every care in the world. Schedule your care today.
Well, today's game is being brought to you by Joyce Buick GMC, the official auto dealer of St. Edward High School. By Todd Associates for Risk Solutions. For all of your insurance needs, contact Pat Hyland at Todd Associates at 440-995-4204. Pat Hyland, class of 2005. Todd Associates, meeting all of your insurance needs. And by Chula, proud restaurant partner of St. Edward Athletics with locations in Orange and Ohio City. For more information, you can go to chula.com. Coach Flannery, COSA, and St. Edward High School is hosting its annual Spring Basketball League for boys grades 4 through 8. The league focuses on skill development and no-coach games. The Spring League is less expensive, no travel, fun, skill development-based league designed by Coach Flannery as an alternative to AAU travel basketball. Please go to the St. Edward website for more details and to register. Also, St. Edward High School relies on the support of our proud alumni and loyal community. Dollars raised through our annual fund make possible student financial aid, technology upgrades, campus ministry activities, and unparalleled co-curricular programs. While we are off to a tremendous start, we need to have a strong second half of our 2022-2023 fiscal year to hit our $1.2 million goal. Now we're going to have a three-quarter shot brought to you by Chula. Well, Coach, what you just saw there was our Pat Hyland and Todd Associates $10,000 shot. St. Ed student that's not a that's not a basketball player gets an attempt from 3/4 of a length, and boy, that young man he was online, just didn't have the distance.
Yeah, Pat Hyland, when I was an assistant here at the defensive corner, he was a great linebacker for us. Great guy, great to give back, and we practiced it at the pep rally today, and saw what it would be, and that was Donzel Andrew, one of our defensive linemen, that almost made that shot.
I just want to talk about that first half. The Eagles had 3 big runs, a 10-2 run, a 10-0 run, and a 12-8 run, and a lot of it was spurred by pressure and turnovers.
Yeah, there's no question. I thought, give Coach Flannery and the staff and our kids a lot of credit for, their readiness to play. I think that's the difference in the game, very simply. We are ready to play. We're executing. We're following the game plan. And St. Ignatius is not ready to play. I mean, and that's what you see.
Let's take a look at the scoring in this first half of action. For St. Ignatius, Mike Lamoran with 3, Carter Jackson with 2, Matt Ellis with 2, Ace Buckner with 6, Damon Fryery with 9, and Brandon Sapaniak with 7. For St. Edward, Wendell Henry with 8, Yukizi and Shungo with 6, Cam Grant with 5, Danny Lavelle with 10, Brian Sullivan with 2, Brevin Coleman with 12, Lucas Perusic with 8. And here's how the players really did for the Eagles. You had Perusic in the second quarter come up with 8 points. Brevin Coleman in the first quarter opened up with 10. Danny Lavelle in the second quarter had 8 big points, and Yukizi and Shungo had 6 in the first quarter, or in the second quarter. Wendell Henry had 8. So each member of that St. Edward team really doing a lot to help out the cause in this game. The Eagles led it 24-16 after 1, 54-29 at the end of the half. We will take this timeout on the Eagles Sports Network.
At Joyce Buick GMC, we're receiving truckloads of new vehicles.
Check out our great selection of new and certified used cars and trucks.
For over 50 years, people have come from near and far for the best sales and service experience.
See us today for the lowest prices and great selection in stock.
And that's why people say,
Drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors, Dale.
Joyce Buick GMC, Chester Road, Avon.
Both teams are back out on the floor. The Wildcats very late in getting out on the floor as they try to regroup, Coach, being down 54-29.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think Coach Joyce might have been getting after him pretty good.
All right, the Eagles will be going right to left at a full house here at St. Edward High School. And here we go. Second half underway. Eagles putting pressure. Buckner will have it. He'll bring it up with pressure by Coleman, getting the high screen. Off to Fryery. The big 6'9" sophomore. Eagles once again putting pressure all over the place. Buckner opens up with the big 3. Buckner with 9.
Look at this, right to the basket, uncontested.
Lucas Perusic getting the basket. He has 10 in the game. 56-32. Buckner, the leading scorer with 10 or with 9. Off to Fryery to Sapaniak. Stripped away, saved by Lavelle, but taken away by the Wildcats. And the Eagles are going to get a foul, and it's going to be on Wendell Henry. Wendell with his 3rd foul of the ball game.
You know, our first step is just much quicker than them. Our help side defense is much quicker than theirs. Our first touch on the ball, deflections it's not even close.
Free throw made by Reese Robinson, his first. He comes into the game 15 of 17 at the line. And he hits another one.
No jinx there.
No, it's only when they're perfect. Perusic.
There it is again. Look at this.
Oh, he got that blocked, and here comes Sapaniak. Here come the Wildcats. They want to run. Here's a block by Cam Grant. Friary throwing it up, and a foul away from the ball. And the foul is on Danny Lavelle, his second. Wow. When you see these kids turn on the afterburners.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Their quicks off the jump, is what's really, nice to watch, and really how the game's developed.
Friary missing the free throw. He has 9 points in the game. He has 1 foul. Wendell Henry in foul trouble with 3.
What is St. Ignatius from the line? I mean, this is unbelievable.
They're I'll see if I can get that number, but
I'm wondering. I mean, I don't know if they're shooting 30% from the foul
they
line.
may be at 30%, if that.
Yeah.
Perusic now will bring it up with a little bit of pressure. Right, left, stops, backs off the dribble.
Nice pass.
Backdoor cut over to Danny Lavelle, and Lavelle with 12.
Great vision by Wendell Henry there.
And a foul will be called on Brevin Coleman, his first.
Still putting the pressure on. Stay aggressive.
Sean Martin into the ball game.
Here we come from behind. Got the trap.
Sapaniak underneath, throws it up. Oh, off the window and in. Sapaniak with 9. 58-36.
Yeah. 2 guys in the same spot. I don't know who he was throwing the ball to. Probably Henry posting up, and Perusic cut into it.
.6:14 remaining. Wildcats with a basketball. They need to go to full length of the court. Buckner, very quick. Now the double team. And he threw it away into the first row.
Just out of sync. I mean, I don't, it's unexplainable almost.
So now Perusic will get it. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eagles up 58-36.
Got a little flex.
Lavelle.
Back screen, down screen.
McClellan can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Buckner. He's been doing a lot of the stuff for the Wildcats.
Yeah.
So
he's the one playing right now, and he's finished a couple times nicely.
And Max McClellan will get called with the foul. Here's the number. They're 6 of 11 at the free throw line.
Wow, I'm surprised they're that good.
It seems worse than it is.
It does.
So that'll bring Sapaniak back to the free throw line. He has 9 points, and he misses that
6
one.
6 of 12.
.58-36 our score. Adam Mendoza, Tom Lombardo, Chris Mendoza on camera as Sapaniak picks up his 10th point of the night.
We've handled this all night long. Let's see if we get it back to the middle and penetrate the teeth of the defense.
Cam Grant up to Lavelle, up top in between the circles to
Okay,
McClellan.
flex. There's your back screen. Here's your down screen coming.
Perusic will back it off, looking for the pick. He'll cross it over to Lavelle up top. Bussey back out to Max McClellan.
I like this possession, though. I like our movement. It's not as staccato, but we're going to get something good, I think.
Missing that, but there's a rebound, an offensive rebound. Bussey, 3. Si, senor! Bussey with his first point, 61-37. Timeout is called on the floor with 4:58 to go. Coach, I only give our guys the si, senor when it's a big, big 3. That goes back to the day a couple of years ago that I was able to do a game in Spanish for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and so
wow,
so
I like it.
And the worst thing about that, Coach, I had to miss one of your football games to call a Cleveland Cavaliers game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
I think I kind of remember that. Yeah. Well, that's a good reason to miss.
Well, the Eagles hockey team won it in overtime against De La Salle, 4-3.
Wow, that's a big win. I know Sully was worried about that team. They were big and physical, so.
And they needed that bounce back when they won the other night against Shaker Heights. They'll play on Sunday morning. I'll be at the hockey rink Sunday morning for St. Edward hockey against University School.
I'm glad you get time to sleep.
While people are going to Mass, they can listen to the game. 61-37.
Still our pressure. They're having trouble getting it in bounds.
And that was up to a 4 count. Buckner getting by Bussey. Here comes the double team. And a walk. The pressure causes another Ignatius turnover. 4:48 to go, third quarter. St. Ed's up 61-37.
All right, they're in the 1-3-1. Right to the middle, drop off to the baseline. Ooh, keep cutting.
Yeah,
it's a good look. It's a good look.
It was a good look. McClellan not fast enough cutting on that right side. If he would have been a hair quicker, he would have had 2 on a layup.
No question.
Eagles again putting pressure.
We call this our 14 full court man.
Buckner off to Friary. Step back, 16-footer. No, that was going to fall off, but it came back in.
Got a little Michael Jordan push off there.
11 for him. Bussey had that big 3. Looking over the defense, gets it to Perusic. Man-to-man defense by the Wildcats. 4:10 to go. Eagles patient, moving the basketball around. Here's the double team. Underneath.
Flash.
Lavelle, Bussey.
Ooh, tough pass there.
Eagles had good ball movement, but then when that pressure came on from the Wildcats, they just kind of tightened up just a hair.
Yeah, we got pushed out on the ball screen towards half court. Nice flash cut by Lavelle to the middle, though. We got it there. Usually good things happen from there, and it's just a tough angle on that pass.
61-39 our score. McClellan check shot of the game for St. Ed's.
Oh, they got one.
Here comes Sapolnik. Oh, that was partially blocked by Nshungo, but Sapolnik will get the points. His first 2. 61-41, the lead is back to 20. Nshungo
There's our cuts off the high post.
Spinning in the lane. Turnaround jumper, no good.
Don't love that shot at all.
Maruka coming up with a rebound off to Sapaniak. Sapaniak has been big for this Wildcat team for years.
Yeah, he's a pretty physical player.
6'5" senior. 20-point lead. Friary, the sophomore, in the paint, off to Sapaniak. Good defense by Lavelle, and the pressure causes another turnover.
Yep.
Boy, you talk about bodying up and the elbows and everything on both sides.
Yeah, he just tried to do too much there. I don't think he had anything, and he tried to create something out of nothing, and usually that's a travel.
3:04 to go as Carter Jackson checks in, Mike Lamoran checks in, Friary and Sapaniak check out. Wendell Henry comes in with 3 fouls. Danny Lavelle checks out. Lavelle in the game with 12 points in the contest. Eagles leading at 61-41. Eagles will have to go full court. 1-2-2 zone press.
Our efficiency against us has been pretty strong, getting it into the middle. You don't want it on that sideline there. There we go.
Cam Grant 3 baseline, no. Rebound Henry, back and knocked out of bounds as it was kicked.
Again, another 50-50 ball, another hustle ball. We're quicker to the ball. It's like
Eagles a little more patient. They're in no hurry.
No, and they shouldn't be.
It's just a matter of not standing around, pass the ball, and move.
That's it.
There's a turnover. Lamoran. And that was blocked by Sullivan as he went sky high.
Showing some of his athletic ability, and I think he's the one that turned it over, so he made up for it.
On the outside, Ellis underneath. And a strong basket there by Owen Maruka.
That was a good contest by Grant. Don't dribble through that double. We got bailed out there.
And the foul will be on Mike Lamoran, his first of the game. St. Ed 61, St. Ignatius. Oh, wait a minute. They are 9 of 15 at the free throw line.
Okay.
So we got the update. Tim Smith.
Oh, great look.
Wendell Henry strong to the basket. Henry with 10. 63-43. The lead is back to 20. And a foul will be on it. Yukizi and Shungo.
Got him with the body a little bit.
And Shungo picking up his second foul of the game. On the inbound is Lamoran. Good defense. Out to Jackson. Hands on the floor. Oh, and Shungo trying to go after it. And a timeout will be called by the St. Ignatius bench.
Great hustle. Great hustle. We're flying around. We're moving around. We're just a step quicker today.
I would have to completely agree with you on that one. I mean, from the get-go, it's like, you know how the home court is going to be. And the Eagles just came out with such fire.
Yeah, I think you said it. I think that sums it up. There was fire in us. We were playing for something and something to prove. And I think Ignatius just came out kind of just going through the motions a little bit to start the game. And I think they've kind of are playing now, but they couldn't. That second quarter, there was just a barrage with those 3 runs. And, from the first quarter with the 10-0 run, then the 10-2 run or whatever they were. And it's just too much to overcome, I think.
So now it'll be St. Ignatius triggering the inbound in the forecourt on the near side. Lamoran triggers. Knocked out of bounds as Cam Grant played like he was on the nets playing volleyball and stuffing that back in.
Again, just kind of a lackadaisical inbound play up. Now the 2 guys ran into each other. They may not get it in.
Oh, and they do on a 4 count. Sapolnik, the 5'10 junior with a basketball. Scarpetti on him. He'll drive, and he got the layup.
Wendell could have came off and helped a little there.
4 points for Sapolnik, 63-45. Almost a dangerous pass.
Watch those high skips. That's what they want you to do.
And Shungo.
Anytime they double, the middle of the field's going to be open, or the middle of the court. Cross-court passes will be there. And drop downs. There it is.
Henry got fouled as he got to the basket. You see? You got.
You're rubbing off on me, Adam.
Coach, I love you. I love having you up here, buddy. You know what? Look what we get to do. We get to call basketball games or whatever, and I get to call football games for high school, and I love it. I mean, it's just fun.
And you know what? Your love and passion comes out, and how you on your announcement. Really, the compliments you get on the game and what you did. And I've said it over and over. The Bally's and sending our product out to the city or state is just awesome. You're the face of sports here at St. Ed's in a lot of ways.
Thank you very much.
Or the voice.
More the voice. You don't want to see the face as Henry hits the second free throw. I've been told I have a face for radio. 64-45 with 1:21 to go.
All right, we got a diamond press here. Let's see. The last time we had 2 turnovers right off this thing for 2 quick baskets.
Lamoran getting it on the right side. Scarpetti quickly back on him. Zip pass over to Ellis. His 3 is good.
Well, they attacked that much better than the last 2 times. Give them credit there.
That's a big basket for St. Ignatius. They really needed that. That gets the student section a little bit alive. 55
you certainly never know. You got to play smart.
And Shungo with a basketball. Could have looked for the back cut with Lavelle. He'll drive right side.
We're going to hold for 1 or a layup.
Sullivan in between the circles. There's your layup. Sullivan with 4. 30 seconds to go. And 1 as The foul will go on St. Ed's. Jackson will get the basket, his 4th. And for the Eagles, the foul will be on Yukizi and Shungo, his 2nd.
All right, now at this point, a made free throw here will make it 15. I think it's imperative, make or miss, that we take the last shot of the third quarter.
St. Ignatius 9 of 15 at the free throw line. At the line is Carter Jackson with 4. A sudden hush.
And another
and a miss.
I don't know what over the back is anymore, but geez,
we haven't seen that being called lately because I would have said that's an over the back.
I mean, Cam had position there. I mean, I guess it was sort of a loose ball, but
27 seconds to go. There's a block by Sullivan, and Yukizi and Shungo goes down in the back court. Boy, we've seen some really athletic plays being made by these Eagles.
Yeah, no question. We got you, like you said, we're playing on fire. We got a little spark we got a little boost in our shoes that's making us quicker and jump higher and a little quicker.
66 to 15.
Take the last shot.
They'll get it off to Cam Grant with 12. Back to Perusic with 10. Coach Flannery calling the offensive play. Perusic high screen. Going in. And he got blocked on the way to the basket. And a good move. Foul on St. Ignatius.
I always felt that's when you wanted to attack with about, 10 or just slightly under 10 seconds. You're going to set your high ball screen, try and get into the teeth of the defense, a penetrating kick or a drop down. Try and get the shot up with about 4 seconds so you got a chance for a putback.
Carter Jackson with the foul. 2 seconds remaining for the Eagles. Cam Grant off to Lavelle. Yes, no, they're going to wave off the basket.
Good luck, though. Good luck.
So the Eagles with a 66 to 50 lead. Wildcats had a pretty good quarter as St. Ed's only scoring 12 points in that quarter. And they got outscored 21 to 12 in the third quarter.
Well, didn't feel it, maybe because of the lead was so high. But I think if you're Coach Joyce, you're pretty happy with that. I think he challenged his team to come out and win the third quarter and play the way he could. It's common to have sort of a, when you got a 25-point lead, but I thought we played with the intensity. Give Ignatius credit. They did some good things in that third quarter. I think if you're playing, you're trying to say, listen, we just got to, let's just play even. I know in the football game, the second time we played, because we had won the first game, pretty handily, it was like, that's what you're battling your own mental state. Because if you're not doing it in the second game, all of a sudden your team starts thinking they're not playing well, and the opponent starts thinking they're playing well. So I said, hey, listen, let's just win each quarter 7-0. If we could win each quarter 7-0, we'll be happy. And we almost, that game we did almost 28-7. Sometimes those games take that on, and the next time you play.
It's really similar to baseball. Win the inning.
Yeah.
Win the inning.
That's right.
66 to 50 our score as we head towards the final 8 minutes of this game in regulation. Eagles up by 16.
Unless Ignatius kind of can make, a barrage of like 3 threes in a row off our misses, it's a tough task here, down 16 in the fourth quarter. But anything is possible. We're going to start with a little set in the second half, a little back cut for Perusic.
He'll get it as he works it along the arc. He'll work the line. He'll stop from 12. He'll miss from 12. And there's an outlet pass up overhead to Ellis. Buckner kept quiet in that third quarter. Only 9 points, had 2 in the third quarter. Misses hard off the back of the iron. Henry with the rebound. Eagles have the numbers.
Nice.
Lavelle got it blocked. Rebound, gets it. Attacked underneath the basket, and a foul on St. Ignatius.
Good 3-on-2 execution there. Ignatius the target. If they don't get anything off their turnovers or that, 1-2-2 pressure in the half court, it's sort of all just they got to kind of break you down. I haven't seen many patterns or even much movement off the ball. It's everything with the ball, trying to get into the teeth of the defense.
Reese Robinson getting called with the foul. That's his third in the
That was
game.
going to screen and seal back. Oh, we had him.
Cam Grant getting it.
Well, you screen and seal back, and that corner man pinches. There we had, I think.
Coleman trying to shake and bake. Off to Henry, back to Coleman.
Coleman sitting in the corner there before.
And he got fouled before the shot. I think they're going to call it on Sapaniak. And they do. Physical game.
Yeah. You wouldn't expect anything different.
Second foul on Sapaniak, sixth as a team for the Wildcats.
Let's see. Wendell screen, seal back. They have him. There it is.
Oh, and he
so
missed
nice.
the bunny. But he got the rebound. And we've got a foul on the floor. And
I don't know who they called it on.
Oh, they're going to call it on St. Ignatius.
I think 15.
And for that, that'll be Reese's fourth foul, and that'll send Wendell Henry to the free throw line. Henry with 11 points. Friery comes back in, checking out as Lamoran with 3. Wendell Henry at the line, 1 of 2. He's a 63% free throw shooter, averaging 1.5 points. Oh, he got that one to fall in. I kind of went.
Yeah, it was doing that. You know, that was one of those for that expression.
Not that time. As Reese Robinson coming up with a rebound. 6:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eagles up by 17, 67-50. Buckner against Coleman. What a matchup between these two guys. Now the double team. Sapaniak in the paint. Off to Friery. His three doesn't go. Perusic with the rebound. He puts on the afterburners. And he had somebody cutting through as Wendell Henry in the lane. And he tried to throw it up. Got his own rebound. And he picks up his 14th point of the quarter. And we've got...
I think a delay game there.
On Wendell Henry. That's his fourth. Eagles up 69-50. Or they're going to give Wendell Henry the warning. Sapaniak. Eagles.
On our full court man. Boy, even getting in the ball in has not been easy for Ignatius.
And Sapaniak got fouled on the way to the lane. Let's see who gets called with the foul. It'll be Danny Lavelle, his third. Or actually, I'm sorry, yeah, that's his third foul of the game.
One-on-one situation here.
Sapaniak, the 6'5 senior, an 86% free throw shooter with 10 points in the game. Checking out of the ball game is Reese Robinson.
What do you think? Make or miss? What are they from the line right now?
They are 9 of 16.
All right, that one looks smooth.
10 of 17. Sapaniak with 11. 69-51. Still got a lot of time on the clock, Coach. 6:16.
You do. And you know, if 5 or 6 of those free throws go in, you're close to a 10-point game, and it's, you know, I mean, they're big. Another
Misses.
miss.
10 of 18 at the line for the Wildcats. 69-51 St. Ed's. 6:05 to go,
Flex.
fourth quarter.
Just if you could get it in there that easy off that flex cut, they're just not ready.
Henry with it on the Brevin Coleman. Buckner on him. Lost it as he mishandled the basketball. Perusic going into the first row to knock it out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. What hustle by Lucas.
Very good hustle.
6'1 senior. Sapaniak will trigger. Henry on the guard. Friery had it, lost it. Collision. Off to Cam Grant. Wasn't the prettiest dribble, and he got the basket.
Yeah,
Cam Grant with the quiet 7.
I think Buckner just he had the right idea. He just set up a little too late, and Cam, give him credit for being aggressive with the bounce and taking it to the basket in the finish.
71-51, the lead is back to 20. Cam Grant at the free throw line. 7 points in the game. His first free throw attempts of the night, and he hits it. Friary getting into the face of Lavelle. The frustration really showing on the St. Ignatius Wildcats.
I didn't see what happened.
I think they were,
somebody
was flapping a gun. A gum.
All right, diamond press, trap the first one. That's a better job of breaking it.
And the layup by Sapolnak is good. He's got 6. 71-53. 5:32 to go.
Flax for a layup. Unbelievable. Like, really, if I'm Coach Joyce there, I'm pulling all 5 of those guys off the floor. That's just unacceptable.
And that's the second time that in the second possession that the Eagles were able to get that flex cut, but this time they were able to get the basket as Buckner did a nice job.
You're just not ready to play basketball if that, we've run that set about 6 or 7 times now, and for the first cross-court pass off a back screen, they have a layup, and a kid to come over the top of that, and we get the baseline layup with no help off the screener is just unacceptable for a good high school basketball team.
Both teams in a bonus situation. The Wildcats will inbound it on the far side in front of their bench, and that was knocked out of bounds by Perusic. You talked about the lazy inbounds passes. There you go again.
There's no screen to get open even. It's just, I think Ignatius thinks this is an open gym.
Friary with the basketball. Now they get it off to Buckner, looking for that high screen. NBA 3 doesn't go. Cam Grant with the rebound. Off to Lucas Perusic. He got a double team and a kick on Carter Jackson. Good call.
Yeah. Although not, make better decisions there. Why even get yourself into that position? Get rid of it,
4:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles up 74-55. Henry with it. Off to Grant. Right elbow. Back to Perusic. His 3 is going to be off. That's one good thing about sitting up here. You really can tell if that ball's going to go in or not.
Yeah, you can.
Sapaniak had the layup going off and no good. He'll get a second attempt from 3. In and out, no good.
He's been the one guy. Him and Buckner, today I thought they've been ready. I can't say the other guys.
And they're going to call Lavelle for the travel as Hargett will check in for Wendell Henry. But I think you're right. You look at it. Those two came in ready to play. And, Sapaniak is coming off the bench.
Yeah. Well, maybe not much longer.
Jackson driving, throwing it up. No good. Rebound. Put back. Friary getting it. He lost it. Hargett rebound, and he got fouled. Buckner getting called with the foul. That's his second. Now the game has really slowed down because of the fouls.
Well, yeah, and I was just going to say, if I'm Flan right now, I want to see my team execute with this lead by making good, strong passes, two-hand passes, catching and squaring, being strong with the basketball, taking hard, useful dribbles. Getting into the teeth of the defense, making good, quick decisions, handle playing with a lead to practice if you're up maybe 3 with a minute in a regional final game. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 74-55. Hargett picking up his first point of the game, averages 3. Short. Rebound picked up by the Wildcats. Here comes Buckner. Hargett coming in. And they're going to say Lavelle, who got the loose ball, had his foot on the line. And again, the up-tempo play, the big factor in this game.
Yep.
Checking back in is Reese Robinson. Jack Sapolnik checks out. 20-point lead for the Eagles.
Screen, come back. They didn't set a screen, and the rollback doesn't work.
Friary with a nice layup.
All right, let's see a possession here.
Fryer with 13. Perusic in the lane. Hargett couldn't get a good look. Loose ball picked up, offensive rebound and a foul. And if it's on Reese Robinson, he would be out of the ball game, I believe. That is on Reese Robinson, and he's fouled out. So Reese Robinson fouls out with 2 points. Bussey checks in, Hargett checks out. And coming back in will be Mike Lamoran for Reese Robinson, who fouled out of the ball game. 75-57, St. Edward with the lead. At the free throw line will be Brevin Coleman. Eagles went deep into their bench.
Yeah. See, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 13 guys with their shirt off. So,
and one of them is Kulatz, but he didn't get in. But so you got 12. You play 12 as Coleman comes up with the free throw. He has 15 points in the game. He started off hot. He had 10 points in the opening quarter.
Yep.
In and out, no good. Offensive rebound by Cam Grant. That's been the mantra tonight. Hustle for the Eagles.
We were worried about the rebounding. I think it's been the other way. I think we've dominated them on the offensive boards.
Fryery with his second foul. Owen Maruka will check in. Fryery will check out. Cam Grant will go to the free throw line. It was really a rebound that the Wildcats should have gotten, and there's Cam Grant.
Off their hand, exactly. Didn't squeeze it.
Cam Grant at the line. He has 9. Now he has 10. 79-57. Inside. That shot rejected. Cam Grant with the basketball. Zip pass over to Bussey. Bussey over the timeline. Lavelle looks in.
This is where I'd like to see a good possession. Swing it, reverse it, move the basketball and cut.
Down to 3:22.
Right here, really move the ball, get all the areas.
Perusic will bring it out over to Cam Grant in the forecourt.
No lazy passes. Useful job.
That one missed. Offensive rebound. And I think we're going to get an over-the-back call on Owen Maruka. Looking at the body language of Coach Joyce there on the sideline, he's just been frustrated with his squad. Looking at that basketball team on that sideline.
Well, they just weren't ready. I mean, that's pretty clear.
Cam Grant picking up his 11th point of the game. Checking out is Carter Jackson. Checking back in is Matt Ellis. Cam Grant hits another one. 12 for him.
One thing I learned a long time ago in high school sports, you can never assume.
No.
You can never assume anything.
We
got guys back. We got guys, we're rated this, we're rated that. I always tell the team, take those writings and readings and take them to the toilet with you and use them for toilet paper. That's about what they're worth.
Nice spin move by Buckner. 1-footer, no good. Loose on the floor. And the foul is on Angelo Kulatz. Sapaniak will go to the line with 2:50 to go in the game. Eagles up 81-57. The Eagles jumped out big. At one point, it was a 19-5 ball game early on, as Sapaniak now with 12. Second leading scorer for the Wildcats off the bench.
Yeah, nice game for him. He was strong inside. I really thought after that 19-5, Ignatius would settle in, get a couple baskets, and they did to 21-15. And I thought from there, okay, we're going to see the game that everyone expected. Just never happened. I mean, I give credit to our kids, our game plan, and the way we executed and the way we kept attacking.
It was 24-16 at the end of one, 54-29 at the end of the half, 66-50 at the end of 3. Perusic now being hounded.
See.
Sapaniak coming up. Blocked by Camp Grant. Off to Bussey. Off to Perusic. That's an ugly dunk, but we'll give it for him. Perusic with 12. Buckner comes back the other way. 13 for him. Oh, what a zip pass off to Bussey, but he couldn't handle it. It's like he didn't even know that ball was coming.
Yeah, I think we're trying to get cute here.
Good trap. 3 ball off the iron. Picked up by Ellis. Buckner. Long range, ill-advised shot. Pfeiffer and Tay Shaw checking in for the Eagles. Perusic and Cam Grant check out. Perusic with 12. Cam Grant with 12. 1:51 to go. Grady lends Pfeiffer into the ball game. He'll trigger the inbound for St. Ed's. Jump ball situation. It'll be Wildcat basketball.
Whoops. Tough to come in and, yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you look at it and the excitement that was building at the beginning of this game, and then for the St. Ignatius crowd, the air was just let out, and they were never able to get back within the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 24-16, but nothing after that.
I thought at that 21-15 stage in the first quarter, I think Ignatius was on the line and missed, and then that we went down and scored to make it 24. You know, they got one at the end of the quarter. I thought that was it. You know, they kind of, you know, the beginning of that second quarter come out pretty strong and get the game tied. I think you might see a different thing, but they just never had the, you know, intensity and focus, I would say, to do that.
Free throw is missed. Offensive rebound by the Wildcats. There's a steal. Here comes Quincy Shields in the lane. Off a Wildcat as Tony Kulatz checking in for Ricky Bussey. He only had 3 points, but he had a big three-pointer back in that third quarter.
All right, Taven, be strong with it. Good.
Foul is on Lamarand, his second of the game. 1:21 to go in the contest. Eagles up 83-63 as Ellis checks out of the ball game. Tay Shaw averaging a point a game.
All right, Tay, come on, step up and make it.
Shaw, a lefty. Nope, doesn't get it. Shaw again will look for his first points. Free throw line to our left. Yes.
All right.
Point for him, 84-63.
Sean Martin there with the ball, one of their good football players, was a corner and tailback for him.
And the foul on St. Ed's will be on Tony Kulatz, who started off his freshman year at St. Ignatius High School. A transfer. You don't see that very often.
No.
Well, you don't see it from St. Ignatius to St. Ed's or vice versa, but
right.
The transfers, not that many times you see that here at St. Ed's. And Martin comes up with his third point of the game. A little ahead over to Kulatz, so you've got both twins out there, Angelo and Tony out on the floor. Eagles coming up with a big 4-3 overtime win over De La Salle in hockey. They'll be back in action on Sunday at 10:30 in the morning. Springer fighting for the basketball with Grady Lenz Pfeiffer and Owen Maruka.
I don't know if that was, I think Grady thought he was blocking there.
Boy, there. You know what? That just shows the grit of Grady.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played maybe a couple of minutes, but he's going to give it your all. Down to 40 seconds in this game. 20-point lead, 84-64. And an offensive foul on Sam Springer. Even these guys that are at the back end of the bench are giving it their all in this matchup. Shaw with the basket. Grady up top. Shields. Clock down to 25. Partially blocked. Shields rebound. Yes! Quincy Shields with his first two. Down to 15 seconds. Martin stopping from 8 foot off the iron, no good. Shields coming up with the rebound. Loose ball picked up by Haddocks. Pfeiffer with the loose ball, picking it up. 2-on-1. And that is going to be the ball game. 86-64. A 22-point win for the Eagles as they go to 7-0. And for Coach Eric Flannery, that is win number 510 in his career. The winningest coach in all of St. Edward's, all sports.
Yeah, well, I think he's, I think he'll enjoy his 510 a lot because we really played well.
Yes.
I think we played harder. I think we wanted it more from the get-go. We played smarter. We got 50-50 balls. We made shots. We attacked the basket. We rebounded the ball.
Let's take a look at the scoring for the St. Ignatius Wildcats. Sapolnik with 6, Lamoran with 3, Carter Jackson with 4, Matalis with 5, Reese Robinson fouled out with 2, Buckner with 13, Fryery with 13, Maruka with 2, Sean Martin with 13, Braden Sapaniak with 13. For St. Ed's, Lucas Perusic with 12, Quincy Shields with 2, Brevin Coleman with 15, Brian Sullivan with 4, Danny Lavelle with 12, Cam Grant with 12, Nshungo with 6, Shaw with 1, Hargett with 1, Bussey with 3, Wendell Henry with 14, second leading scorer. Coleman the leading scorer at 15, Wendell Henry with 14. Coach,
we spread it around pretty well there, and that's what you want to see.
It was 24-16 at the end of 1, 54-29 at the end of 2, 66-50 at the end of 3, where they came back and got it to within 16, 84-64, a 22-point win as the Wildcats go to 6-5 on the year, and they've got some big games coming up. The Eagles, their next game will be on December 11th against a very tough Lutheran East team here back at home.
Yeah, that should be a good ball game. Lutheran East is one of the favorites in their division, I think, in Division 3, and should be a heck of a game.
Coach, I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth. A pleasure as always. You're my favorite. You're my favorite up here. Okay?
Adam, you're such a professional. You make it a joy. You make it easy to do. I just get to watch some basketball and comment on what I see, and you're the best. You're professional. You know what you're doing. You got a great voice for it, and it's fun. It's fun to do it with you.
It is fun. It is fun. That's what high school basketball is all about. Whether you win or you lose, it's all fun. And we saw last March when this team lost in the state's semifinals. But it was a fun. It's just fun to be part of high school athletics.
And from that game, Sonny Stiles, one of their basketball players, was playing quite a few plays against Georgia in that Ohio State playoff game.
Yep, that is true. 86-64, St. Ed's with the win over the Wildcats. They go to 7-0. We'll step away. We will have wrestling tomorrow at 1 o'clock. St. Ed's against St. Paris Graham. Cody Wagner will be on the call for that. I'll be back on the hockey call on Sunday morning at 10:30 with Carmen Angela. So we've got a big weekend of sports.
And let's keep it rolling, man. Basketball's undefeated. Let's get the wrestling, is number one in the state right now and ready to roll. And the hockey team won tonight. Good luck to them on Sunday, and let's keep everything rolling.
For my partner, Coach Tom Lombardo, Christopher Mendoza on camera, I'm Adam Mendoza. Eagles win at 86-64. This is the Eagles Sports Network. Have a good night, everybody.